to dust up. Bastard.
Fingers crossed and Tom and Am prayers, so
Sam has a light the whole time.
Alright, welcome to Lake Tekapo. We're about 3-4 months away from Unbound, so I've obviously tried to ramp up the training a little bit with the graveler video and a lot of gravel rides if you follow me on Strava. But we're really ramping it up. I want to know 3 months out that I can actually do the distance. So I've got a group of guys, we've got Josh, Ari, Sam, and we've got Rion joining us tomorrow. And we're going to be doing Alps to Ocean all in one day. So it starts in Lake Tekapo where we're at the moment. We're going to get driven up the lake a little bit, and then we're doing 325 kilometers, 2,500 meters of climbing, leaving tomorrow at 6 a.m.
this is all they have. You're so risky. Yellow jersey.
It really is something, isn't it?
Not really.
G'day, my name's Josh Burnett. I'm from Southland and I ride for MyDQ NZ Cycling Project. We're here in Tekapo, just did an hour spin, and we've got a 325k gravel ride on the cards tomorrow. I haven't done a lot of gravel in the past, but I've done a few rides, and a couple of years ago I did a Belgian waffle ride in Asheville, North Carolina, so it's probably my longest gravel ride I've done to date, but I think tomorrow's gonna blow that one out of the water. Yeah, I don't really know what to expect out of tomorrow. We did a little bit of riding on the first road and it's pretty rough, and other than that I haven't really done much of the Alps to Ocean trail, so I'm looking forward to it. It looks like it might be pretty warm later in the day, and hopefully the wind's going in the right direction, so we should have a good time, eating heaps, drinking lots, and wearing lots of sunscreen.
I'm Ari Scott, I'm from Nelson, New Zealand, and I ride for Couplands. I haven't done a lot of gravel riding besides New Zealand road cycling. We have a bit with Southland and gravel and tar. The longest ride I've done is 285 solo around Nelson Lakes to Blenheim and back. I guess you just got to think about it as getting on the bike at the start of the day and not getting off till the end. I mean, it's going to take as long as it's going to take. But tomorrow I think it's going to be a bit of a mental challenge, as well as physical with the road corrugations and rough roads. Be a bit of a mental challenge in the fact that you're getting on the bike at the start of the day when the sun's not up and finishing pretty close to it going down.
My name's Sam Ritchie, I'm from Wanaka. I ride for MyDQ NZ Cycling Project. So unlike the rest of the boys, I don't have a gravel bike, so I'm thinking of riding the mountain bike all the way to Marama for the first 180 kilometres or so, and then switching to the road bike for the rest of it, where it's probably a little bit smoother, faster, and get away without having such beefy tyres. 220 kilometres a couple of times on the road bike, but nothing compared to what tomorrow's going to be like.
Right, my name is Tom McCallum, also known as Cycling Tom. Yeah, we are down here in Tekapo, obviously for myself, this is a big day to test myself before Unbound, kind of going into uncharted territories with this ride. I've done 12 hours on Zwift in 2019, which was 328 Ks. So in my mind, I think that I can ride 324 Ks tomorrow on the gravel, but it's definitely a lot bigger of a task with all the climbs and obviously it being all off-road. So that's why I kind of got a group of guys together to kind of make it a little bit more like Unbound. And the reason that we've come all the way down here, you know, over 12 hours worth of travel, is because in New Zealand being such a hilly place, it is really hard to find a course that's similar to Unbound. Unbound's 200 miles, 325 Ks and 1,700 metres of climbing. To do that anywhere in the North Island, you'd be well over 4,000 or 5,000, upwards of 6,000 metres of climbing over that distance. So we've come down here, as you can hear, Alps to ocean, you're kind of slowly going downhill all the way. So there are a few big climbs, but that's kind of the reason that we're down here. Well, we're getting everything ready for tomorrow, so I got my hydration pack, got some gels here, so kind of an assortment of gels, a few cramp fixes because we may have a bad day of cramp going that far. We've got mini Moros, some fruity snackers, some apricot and manuka honey OCMs, and then I've got, Odie slices, caramel LCMs, some Raro, and put a little bit of salt in there as well in the bottles, and then a bonk brownie for whenever the bonk comes on. So yeah, that's pretty much what I've got, and the boys almost have more than me.
What's called quail burn, whereas you're going to come from Lake Ohau through the forest. I think that's the hilly bit, isn't it, Tom?
Yeah, that's where a lot of people get dropped up.
So we are hoping we'll come up that gravel road and meet you there, because that'll be the first feed point. But what Gary and I will try to do is catch you at other points. Particularly later in the day, when it's getting really hot. 6. 6.
On every 2 hours. What's that, mate?
That's true.
My name's Rejoining from Christchurch, riding for Evo. Here to just help the team out, get Tom through this fucking mighty adventure. Yeah, love road cycling, love mountain biking, anything on 2 wheels really. It's fucking epic to be here. Fuck, I've done a lot of long rides, mainly solo, so that's much easier with a group of people. But the main thing for today is everyone working together as a team, eating early, hydration, having rest, and not like trying to race each other. Just chill out, ride together, eat early, don't stop eating, don't stop eating. Pretty much that sums it up, eh? And everyone will have a bad spot. You might have 2 bad spots, but you just have to just back it off a little and then just mentally get through it, and then yeah, team together, everybody achieves more.
What's the longest ride you've done before?
I think 540 on a mountain bike. I've done shitloads of 300s, plenty of 200s, so much can go wrong. Fuck, check that shit out.
Yeah, not bad, eh? You're nervous? It's going into like uncharted territories. As I said yesterday, it's a long day in the saddle, but like no better place to do it and no better place to start. A little bit chilly, all the boys are all rugged up, but I know that I overheat, so I'm actually gonna enjoy the cold while I've got it. So.
Feeling finally being here and seeing it all up close and personal.
A bit of a rough ride out, but can't complain. Pretty scenic, no wind, sun's coming out, so it's gonna be mint.
Look as if you're going to enjoy it.
Alright, shit today.
Alright.
Sick, boys.
All right, to give this video like a little bit of context, I'm going to give you guys like a vegan cyclist kind of like adventure voiceover. So we drove up the road, horrible road to drive in a van, by the way, all the way up to like halfway, well, like a little bit more than halfway up Lake Tekapo. As you can see by this map, we have a long day ahead of us. Yeah, so we start grinding down here. Everyone's feeling good. Spirits are high. We're in a mean as little tailwind and it's slightly downhill the whole way. And Sam is already out of gears. First climb. How we feeling, boys?
Yeah, nice relaxed. Just legs are just opening up.
Yeah, just working out the feed down on here. We've got a plastic on the top of the old hydration pack.
Yeah, look, Mighty Q boys up the road. They've gone for the early attack.
Yeah.
You know, it's
no idea.
Gonna bite them in the ass later.
Green kit. Ben Haddon's coming in later to pull it back.
That's right. Time trial specialist.
Yep. So the first hour is pretty chill, a lot of corrugations, but we rip into Lake Tekapo, like the actual town centre. All the boys kind of started with clothes on, so we take all the clothes off and then we kind of get back on the path on our way. And there are some beautiful scenes on this ride. The story I'm about to tell you about this ride is not going to go well, but at least you can appreciate that this is probably one of the most amazing and most scenic rides in New Zealand. If you haven't done Alps to Ocean, get down there, make a point of it, and go and do it. Pit stop. We've had a dust up with like a cactus plant. Oh, not bad. Two little ones in there. Gonna pull these out round.
Anymore?
Oh,
Oh, bro, that's out. Fuck the leaf alone.
practicing for the cactus.
Yeah. Oh, well. Basically what happened there, one of the boys went left in the riverbed, one of the boys went right in the riverbed, and my wheel went straight into a big bit of gravel, and I went straight into a cactus plant. But we move on and we move on. Spirits are still high at this point. Boys are eating. As you can see, we've done a lot of off-road by this point. It's pretty much been 90% off-road. But what an amazing part of the country to ride. At this stage, we've still averaged over 29 kilometers an hour. There's quite a few of these little bits we kind of have to get off and like walk your bike through along the canals, but it is really beautiful. It's quite nice to get off there. But we head into this beautiful descent down into Lake Pukaki. I'm going to put a bit of music over this and really enjoy this. This is one of the best bits of the entire ride. So at this point, we're about 75 kilometers in, just coming along Lake Pukaki into almost into Twizel at this point. This is where I had set the first feed stop. The reason for that is that in Unbound, and this is obviously an Unbound replica video, is the first feed stop is about 70 to 75k. So I kind of wanted to replicate that.
You're going to the bush.
Yeah, it was like I was pulling the thorns out.
Oh.
They were in quite deep as well. It was bleeding for ages.
Absolutely clear in places.
Not bad going. 2 hours, 23, almost 400 meters of climbing, 70 k's in, and 29.1k an hour average, which is pretty fast. So yeah.
How are you finding it so far?
It's not too bad. Burnet's definitely just dragging us along at the moment, which is quite nice. But yeah, we haven't had any of the actual climbs, so we've still got a lot of climbing to go. Over 2,000 meters of climbing left.
Yeah.
These friends look.
Yeah. I reckon you might get top 12 by the end of the ride, Tom.
Moving on up.
Top 10's the goal.
Oh, come on, bro.
If you crack though, you're going way down.
Yeah, there's not enough brakes at Southland. That's why Rejoining gets in there.
Right, feed stop 1, obviously 70 k's in. We're all looking good. I'm looking happy. I can tell you right now, I was already at this stage, 2.5 hours in, concerned about how fast we were going. I really thought this was going to be a 14, 15 hour day, but the boys just pushed on. And at the start, I obviously felt good, and I pushed on with them. And I really should have just like taken my man card out and just told the boys, you know, I'm hurting here a little bit. You know, we might need to slow down, and I'm not going to get to the end. But instead, I kept going. Just crossed over about the 3 hour mark. Legs aren't feeling too bad. You know, you can kind of start feeling a little bit of fatigue, but yeah, still got what, 9 hours to go, so don't let it get to the head. About 95 k's in at this point. We're kind of coming around the last bit of the canal riding, which is like a nice road. No cars on here, by the way. That's why we can kind of like ride wherever we want. This is kind of coming the last canals as we head into Lake Ohau. This ride is pretty cool. You kind of head down country, right inland with all the mountains, and there's 3 lakes that you pass. You start at Lake Tekapo, then you go to Lake Pukaki, and then the last lake is the one we're heading into now, Lake Ohau. All of this is such picturesque land. Like, honestly, one of the most amazing places I've ever ridden a bike. And this is kind of where it starts to get a little bit gnarly, is when you head into Lake Ohau. It starts getting a lot steeper. The climbs are a lot harder. There's a lot more rocks, and it gets a lot more technical. So yeah, we hit the single track. For some reason, we let Josh Burnett go to the front. And this man seems to be on a gravel bike, firstly, that he hasn't ridden in months, over a year, I think. Seems to be able to go around corners on tires that he hasn't been riding for ages and just keeps pedaling. Like, all of us seem to stop around the corners and pedal. You try and follow this guy's wheel and you're just not in a good place. But then we had a block headwind all the way up Lake Ohau, and this is where stuff really started to hit the fan for me. I had been fueling really well up until this point, and then we had an 11-kilometer, basically mountain bike, Billy Goat track of a climb. Beautiful climb, but I started getting serious stomach cramps. I'd been fueling really well up until now, but this climb was in a block tailwind, so there was no wind, and I overheat really badly, and I just had a really bad time. I was puking, like really just small bits of puke just all over my bars, uncontrollable cramping and stuff. And this is only, mind you, like 120 k's in, and I'm not feeling well.
Meanwhile,
and I don't remember any of this climb. It was basically just a big blur to me. The boys had to wait, I think, almost 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes at the top for me. I had to walk parts of it because I just could not stop cramping. And then, yeah, we come down this road, and I am not well at this point, and we come into the second feed stop, and I'm not in a good state.
Unfortunately, Cycling Tom, commonly known as Juggling Tom, he's had a few injuries. We've got a lot of blood going on from an unfortunate bush, and a few gut problems as well. So we've all got fingers crossed and Tom in our prayers, so he's going to get there. We got 970 meters climbing, 142.9 kilometers, and sort of the map we've been through in 5 hours 13.
And you confident you can all finish?
Yeah, if I can hang on to Sam Ritchie, he's kind of hurting us at the moment, but we'll get there. Oamaru, Christchurch.
Right, 140 kilometers in, back on the bike, and never felt worse in my entire life. We kind of head down this really fast descent. Boys are sitting on like 46 kilometers an hour down here, and I'm just feeling so crook. Can't stop cramping, can't get out of the saddle, and we are not well. So we come into a small town of Omarama. I'm pretty sure that's how it's pronounced anyway. And as you can see, I'm in no state, and I just get really worried. Like, I've made all these boys come all the way here, and they're going to be finishing in the dark, or they may not even finish because of me. So unfortunately, I had to make the really tough call to put my bike on the trailer and let the guys ride for the next hour and see if I could just get this cramp under control.
I'm just holding it for Tom. He's in the toilet.
And to make matters worse, when I finally got my bike off the trailer, I had about 8 PSI in my front tire. So bacon strip goes in, I'm trying to get my head in the game. Like, you know, I'm gonna conquer this. I'm gonna get to at least 240 Ks, and I'm not gonna let my body conquer me today.
Rightio, Tom, can you Can you explain how you've teleported to
Yeah,
Benmore Dam?
I had stomach cramps about 2.5 hours, so I jumped in the car. I also had a flat front and I was cramping, so but everything that could possibly have gone wrong went wrong. I didn't want to hold the boys up from being able to finish before dark, so I jumped in the van for the last 40 k's to this dam. Had a sleep, or kind of a sleep, and got a pie down me, and it seems to be staying down me, which is quite nice because I was vomiting on the hill, the big climb that we went up before. So I'm just hoping it's mostly downhill from here, so I'm going to jump on and just see if I can at least get to like 260 k's or something. I'm currently at 162 k's and it's meant to be mostly downhill, maybe 500 meters of climbing from here. So hopefully my body's kind of come right and giving myself a bit of time to rest.
So bike change?
I'm not sure, I might roll the mountain bike for a bit longer. Trail's quite gnarly out there, still quite rocky.
Starting to creep up. Another 120 to go, but a bit more seal.
All good. Having fun. Nicely tailwind still, and pretty sick bit of climbing and descending, so 125 k's to go.
I heard you were going for some KOMs along the way.
Yeah, but I think I failed, so I don't want to say too much until I look at my Strava.
I'm pretty tired. Pretty fucked. Fresh air's just getting warmed up. If we're back with pace off, it'll be alright. Just feeling your legs now. Now I'm pretty maxed out, to be fair. Just trying to survive.
Sorry mate, nice Davy Craft, not interested.
Yeah. So where I jumped back on with the boys was just around Lake Evermore. Like everyone had been kind of already cracking and stuff. Sam had finally jumped off his mountain bike and onto his road bike, which really hurt me because there was a massive road bike section. And I was all right for about 20 kilometers, as you can see, riding there with the boys back on the bike. I think about 180 k's in at this point. But then the body decided to shut down again. I just kept struggling and the boys were cracking on. Like this bit here, we're in a block headwind and I'm just right off the back. And I just can't yell at the boys and be like, you know, let's slow this down because I don't want to hold them up. We're already way behind schedule. And yeah, I just keep getting leg locking cramp, like really, really bad leg locking cramp. So I tell the boys to carry on without me. And 193.2 kilometers was my day, unfortunately.
So we got a bit of an update. It's kind of why you don't bring your road bike to a gravel ride. 8 hours almost. What are we at? 7:54. How many K we done, Ari? 222. Got a tailwind, but we're running out of light here. SMH.
$35 to change puncher.
Once again, services of Juggling Tom Bike Shops, Ari Scott.
Just fucking
needed.
Thank you, sir.
How you feeling, Rayon?
Pretty maxed out, to be fair. Where's Tom? Fuck's sake. I'm getting in the van.
Sam's still looking as handsome as ever, as toned, as tan, as dashing.
Tan is fucking... Who's that ex-pro?
The fake
full body
coming
tan?
along nicely.
Old school cunt.
Cipollini.
Cipollini, there he is. Used to wear that skin suit with like all the muscles over it. That's you, bro. Cipollini. Look at you.
Look at him.
We did a quick bike change to the road bike and then I've just flatted. So now I'm going back to mountain bike, unfortunately. Alright, update for the trail. Just getting back rolling. We had a small mechanical. Not sure how many K we've done. The Garmin went flat. Oh no, I accidentally saved the ride on the Garmin. So I had to do a new ride. But I think we've done about 240K. 8.5 hours. Just riding over some bloody riverbed right now. Good thing I'm back on the mountain bike. Do a few bike swaps. Mountain bike, road bike and back again. Quite happy to be riding the mountain bike through here though. It's been a bit of a long day. I think we've been on the road for close to 12 hours now with a few stops. Pushing daylight now, but we got Josh there Damn beast. Yeah, we lost a few gears out, so it's like maybe 13, is it? If you want to stick
Well, I can't be a sub. My baby and my baby mama's just caught up. 7:29 at night. I'm on one cable. Tom did give me his bike, but they pulled up and I was like, oh, can't be a selfish dad. Now I'm a bit envious, but I'm kind of happy at the same time. Fuck, good luck, boys.
And then there were 3.
Alright, we just had the last stop in Dunchurin. Now we're on the last leg of it. I think 43k to the finish. And we're running out daylight. So the boys have got lights on their bikes. Into dairy farmer country now. Hours, 40 minutes in, boys are still crushing.
So we got one light on half beam, and I think it's gonna run out soon. So while we've been riding completely blind, turns out Sam has a light the whole time. Oh, that's convenient.
Stop the bitch.
In grad.
A little bit dark at the end
Not a
though.
bad day.
Well done guys, brilliant.